Hi everyone, it's Rachel and Richie here from Karmic Creations, and we're continuing our 30-day countdown to Burning Man 2018. And at this point, the gates now open in 28 days. Oh my god, we're so excited. So for this video, we're going to be talking about like camping supplies and what to bring to Burning Man, which is a big one. We're basically just going over the main like basic camping and playa needs, so it will help us lead to some future videos that we're gonna make in more detail about this stuff. So the first thing we can go over is like your tent, or basically wherever you're gonna stay. We stay in a tent, or some people stay in like a hexayurt, which is another type of like shade or camping structure. Make sure if you have a tent that it doesn't have any mesh, because the playa dust will get everywhere, even in our tent, right? Like it got everywhere inside. So just make sure like all the windows can close and everything, because you don't want to be totally covered like or breathing in dust constantly. And then the winds and like everything on playa is really extreme, so you don't want to just use the stakes that come in your tent. It's good to use at least 12-inch rebar stakes, which you'll need a sledgehammer to hammer into the ground, which is like really stiff. So the rebar stakes can be a little bit sharp on the end, so it's also good to bring like tennis balls or water bottles to cover those sharp edges people may run into. Other stuff for camp and sleeping, stuff like that, just bring some pillows, warm sleeping bags, like a sheet. We like to sleep on an air mattress, just something to like elevate you at least a little bit off of the ground, because it gets really hot. It gets either like cold or hot in your tent, so but you just want to make sure that you're as comfortable as possible. Another thing about the dust in your tent, it's good to bring like a little set of a broom and a dustpan, and if a little bit too much dust gets in there, you can just kind of sweep it out and throw it back to the outside ground. Another good thing to have for your tent is like a lamp that you can hang. Like our tent, we have the Coleman Instant 6-person tent, which is a really popular one for playa. It has a little hook on the top you can like hang a lamp from, so when it's dark it's really useful. So yeah, Rich, what else can we use for camping?
Can't forget about bringing some chairs. You're going to want something when you're not in your tent to sit around or chill around your campsite, and chairs, fold away chairs, chairs that are for camping, and then other people have like inflatable chairs and other fun stuff. You can decide to pick what you like from there. Um, Also, a camp stove. We have the Coleman camp stove. That one's really good for camping because all you really got to do is get the little propane bottles and screw them on. Um, and then just turn it on with a lighter. It's an awesome camp stove, and the propane lasts about a few days. It's pretty cool, and you'll give you good meals. And whoa, I can't see that. A cooler, of course. You need a cooler because it's really hot, and you can keep all of your really cool and like your drinks, your water,
Drinks.
in there. You can keep some perishables that'll last a few days in there. You could always keep ice in there from where you would get it. We'll go into that in other videos.
Yes, and then there are some other stuff, some other things you need for playa, like outside of your campsite, which is, of course, goggles. So I have mine right here. These are my day goggles. It's good to have two pairs, one for the daytime and one for nighttime. Make sure all of your goggles, they shouldn't have any holes like in the sides or anything. So like mine have this foam around it. So it stops any dust from like getting inside the sides, and it also, you might be like sweating a lot, which it helps like absorb the sweat here. So I've never had a problem with these like snowboarding goggles. They keep the sun out of my eyes, and these have never really fogged up on me, which can happen from like perspiration and stuff. So these are pretty good. And then I have a nighttime pair, which don't have any tint, and they also have a little bit of foam on the edge, and they're just like a little bit sleeker. So it's really easy to see out of those. So yeah. Another thing to have is a dust mask. So goggles and dust masks are necessary at Burning Man for when there's like a dust storm.
Definitely are.
You cannot not have a dust mask or something to cover your face because you don't want to breathe in playa dust like that. It can give you playa lung, and it's just not fun. A lot of people just use like bandanas. Like I bring a few to the playa and always wear one around my neck, so I can always just put it up there. So it's pretty much worked for me if the dust storms get really heavy. We also use these like disposable dust masks. They're a pretty popular one, 3M dust masks, and there's also one that have like a little respirator. So sometimes I carry this in my backpack and I just put it like around my neck and then put a bandana over it. So that's pretty much enough for me. Some people really like something more heavy duty and not disposable, so they have like reusable dust masks with like respirators and air filtration. I've never really done it, but it's really up to you and what makes you most comfortable. You also want to make sure you have a headlamp with batteries. That's also very necessary for on playa. And just make sure you have enough lights to cover yourself and your bike and your tent. But we're going to make a whole nother video about lights at Burning Man.
Yeah, it's going to be fun.
Yeah, because you can do so much with lights. Duct tape is a great item to have. You will for sure find a need for it, so bring more than one roll of duct tape. And another good thing to have is carabiners. I always have one or two to hook onto the sides of my backpack, and I might carry, like, there's anything you need to carry. You can carry your goggles on there. It's just good to have. Yeah.
Cool. Did you had mentioned the backpack already?
Well, a little for you.
Yeah,
you can
no,
mention
I
that.
definitely love me a backpack. I love carrying a heavy-duty backpack on me, but really it's up to you and your comfort. All you really want is something that you can carry enough of what you need in, enough to keep you comfortable while you're out, and that it'll be comfortable on your back. I really carry a big backpack on me, but you don't have to. But that's really what I like. We'll get more into that later with its own video. The next thing I have to talk about is cups. I love me a good cup out on the playa because you got to bring it everywhere. Everywhere gives drinks, and
Bars.
there are bars as well.
There are bars everywhere.
You can have a lot of different kinds of cups, but I have this one right here, which happens to be Rachel's cup.
It's mine.
Yeah, it's a collapsible cup, right? So you can just like close it up here, just like that.
With the dust still on it.
And
it has the top.
And it has the top. So you
That's
can just
something
like
I put on my carabiner.
right there. Yep. And it's pretty cool. They also have like collapsible plates and utensils too, and other types of plates and utensils you can use and just like slip them right back in your bag after you clean them up when you get some food on the playa from a cool camp or something. And also
extra batteries.
Yeah, bring extra batteries with you.
For everything.
Yeah, because your headlamp's got batteries, your lights have batteries, everything's got batteries. Bring batteries. Bring lots of batteries. You're going to have a lot of supplies that when they originally come, will come in some type of packaging or whatever. And batteries is the perfect segue into my next thing, which is Ziploc bags. You're going to need Ziploc bags for everything. Ziploc bags is going to make your garbage out there a lot less. You're going to have a lot less garbage if you bring Ziploc bags because you're going to take everything out of its original packaging or container before you go out there. Batteries come in that little cardboard with the plastic in front, and so do a lot of other things. You're going to break all that up, throw it out, put all that stuff in Ziploc bags, leave it in Ziploc bags. You're going to have a lot less garbage. You're going to use a lot of Ziploc bags for everything else. Ziploc bags. Love them.
Yeah, and then you're gonna need to bring a first aid kit. There are medical stations on Playa, like pretty extensive ones, but you don't want to have to always go there if something, like a little something happens to you, so you want to bring your own. We'll probably go into more detail about that in a later video. And bring one-ply toilet paper for the porta potties. You cannot trust that there will be toilet paper in the porta potties. The only type of toilet paper allowed at Burning Man is one ply. That's the only thing that the porta potties can handle. Some other stuff that's good to bring is like sunscreen, of course. You're gonna be in the sun. There's not gonna be shade everywhere, so bring that to protect your skin. Bring some moisturizer, coconut oil for your skin. Baby wipes. Lots and lots of baby wipes. Because that will be your main source, well, most likely your main source of showering on Playa. If you have a shower in your camp, it's great. Or you can go to the camp with the awesome, like, Dr. Bronner human carcass wash, so that's going to be a lot of fun. I forgot what the camp is. What the camp is called.
Well, you gotta find it.
Yeah, you gotta find it.
You gotta find it.
And hand sanitizer, because you won't really be able to completely wash your hands all the time, at least. So bring a couple of those.
Hand sanitizer works better on the Playa than it does in real life. I tell you
what. You need it.
Love me some hand sanitizer.
So all that stuff is more like hygiene, and we're gonna also make a whole other video about hygiene and like porta potties. So stay tuned for that as well.
Yeah. Listen, if you have any more advice or anything to share with us, or any questions, feel free to comment below. Hit that subscribe button because that's going to help us get this to more people. Our Facebook is going to be linked below too, so go and like that. Karmic Creations. And last but not least, just come say hi to us on the Playa if you see us. We're going to be having a lot of fun out there. We're going to be having a lot of fun with you.
Yes, we'll see you on Playa. Thank you.